Hello everyone and welcome to another JavaScript tutorial. We're going to do a random code, hex code, color code generator. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to have a button. Here's the button here, and we want to change the color of the body here whenever we click that button. And then we want to take the color code and we want to set the text content equal to, the text content will be what's inside of the H2 element. We want to write that color code below the generate new color button. So I've already set up the HTML here, and we have a script that is in the HTML code here that we're going to go into now and start working with. So you might be wondering how you even start creating something like this. And the first step is to think about it. You need to write it down. What do you need to do? I had to learn about how hexadecimal codes work, when I was doing this. So basically, you need a function to randomize the colors, and you need a function to change the colors. So we also need a click event for the button. So these are three things that we need to do. So let's start with the click event. And this is pretty simple. We need to select the change color ID from the HTML here, which is here. So we do that by saying document.getElement by ID, and that is change color. And we want to add the event listener. And if you haven't worked with these, you can Google them. But for right now, we're going to be working with the click event, and it returns, or the callback is a change color function that we haven't written yet, and we're going to write that now. Okay, so this is the most difficult part of this, and the reason is because if you don't know how many letters and numbers are in a hexadecimal code to be generated, then you're not going to get this right. So it's something you have to look up. But we're going to create the function now, and this is going to be random color. All right, so here's the part where we're going to go over here into the console and talk a little bit. So when we generate colors, or we generate a string, I know that the hexadecimal color system goes through 0 through 9, and it has A, B, C, D, E, F, and all of these color combinations can be, or all of this string here. Well, if we put it into a string first off. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F. So this string, I should have assigned it to a variable. So let's let string equal here. So if we say string, we're going to get it returned. Okay, well, that's not really randomizing it, right? So we need a random number from this string. So how do we do that? Well, first off, we need to know that strings can be selected by numbers like this. So see, these are indexes. So it's kind of treated like an array where you have a 0 index all the way to 9, and then here at the A would be a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's right. Am I missing none? No. Okay. Let's see. So now that we know that, well, how do we get a random number in here? Well, first off, we can loop through them, and we can say, I know that there are codes, FF00. I know that there are 6 letters, 2, 4, 6 letters inside of here. So let's see, I want to loop through and only display 6 letters. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's do a for loop. Let I equal 0. I is less than 6, right? Because we were talking about how many we want to display. And we're going to iterate through them until we get to 6. And then it's going to stop displaying the numbers. So let's create the block here. Okay, so we actually need to take this because we need that. So let string equal the amount of numbers that we have for hexadecimals, and we still need to prepend this this hash symbol here. So let's name this something a little more descriptive. So this is going to be letters, and let color, let's just say color equal to the string of hash. Okay. So now, what are we going to do? We need to figure out how are we going to append the color, like this, the color to letters. Well, we know that we can select a bunch of different letters through this method here, right? But we can't just do it like this. We need a way to randomize it. So when you think about something being random, you're thinking about the math function, right? So math.random, I get a random number now. So now, how can I use that? I can say math.random. Well, there are 15 or 16. Well, actually, because we have to do math.floor, because we don't want that. We don't want the decimal numbers, right? So we want math.random. Now we get a random number that isn't times anything, so we're continuously getting 0. So we need to take that random number and times it times 16. Now that's going to give us a random number 1 through 16, right? Because when we're flooring this, we're going down 1, so we need to add 1. We have 15 numbers here, we're flooring it, and we need to add another one. Okay, so we can use this now, and we can take this and we can use it inside of our statement that we had earlier, which is here, the index number, right? So I can just say letters is equal, or index of whatever we find in here. And it's going to loop through this 6 times. It's going to append or prepend this letter here. It's going to add the letters plus 6 random numbers. And then we're going to return the color because we need a return statement for the function. And that's done. That works. That should work now. So we can go ahead and try it out. So select this, copy it. Let's clear this out. If you don't know, it's Control L for clearing. So let's paste that in, press enter, and let's call random color. Boom. Look at that. It works. We have a random color being generated every time now. Cool. So we have get element.id. We have an on change. We have a change color event here, which is click, and it's not. I don't believe it's. Yeah, it's not doing anything, right? So we need another function to change this color. So let's add another function. Function change color. And what do I want to do? I want to change the body text, and you can change whatever you want on yours. But let's go back to the console because this is how we work, right? Not defined. Change color is not defined. Change color. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Because we haven't really defined it yet. Okay, so I want to change the body. So how do I do that? I'll say document.body. So I've got the body now, right? There's the body. And I want to change that. So we know that there's a style element, so style, and we know there's a background color. Background color is equal to, we can say blue. So now the color back here is blue, but instead of just writing in a random number, we want to write in that function, right? We want to write in this function. So we can take this document dot blah blah blah, and we can say we want this equal to random color. Okay, so let's test it out. We got the click event, and it's calling the change color event, or change color function. Let's go back and refresh, and all right, we got the different colors going on. Cool. So let's see. Next thing we need to do is we need to add the H2 ID color here, and that's going to print out the color, and that should be pretty easy, right? Because we just need to grab the document dot get element by ID, which is the color element, and so we need to use the text content and set it equal to the random color, and that's it. You're all set and done. This is definitely not styled, so you can press it and you got the color code that comes with it. This is not styled, so if you want to style it the way that you want to style it and have fun, play around with it, maybe just make it a box here that you change the color. Maybe try and make it a random image. Anything that you want to do, you know how to solve the problems now. Use your console to kind of do small little bits of code like this here that we did in the console earlier, and think about the ways that you want to solve the problem, because just coding the problem isn't going to help you, and you're going to have to figure out things here and there, like the hexadecimal codes. Okay, I didn't know that there were this many 0 through 9 in ABCDF. That was just something I'd just been working with forever, and I never knew it until I just decided to make this code. You know what I'm talking about. So anyways, now that my brain is fried, let's end it there, and hopefully I can make another one. I think our next one's gonna be either I don't know, we'll see, but I'll make another video.